Hi, my name is Brian Gottlieb, president of Tundraland Home Improvements, located in Kaukauna, Wisconsin. We're here at St. Joseph Food Program. I'm joined by my good friend, Ace Champion, who's really terrific. And cooking healthy is near and dear to your heart. You have some special recipes. And what are they called?
It is. They're actually called Champ recipes. I thought this was actually dedicated just for me. So we're going to be taking 3 special recipes that are both healthy and under $10, and we're going to be making that to add to your Champ program.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Ace.
I'm Chef Champion. Let's bring cooking back the way it used to be. Welcome to the new age of culinary learning. I think I have a great idea.
Super.
Let's go scan through your pantry.
All right.
Pick out some ingredients and let's get to cooking.
Sounds great.
All right, let's get started. I'm gonna show you how to make that healthy red beans and rice recipe. I love this recipe because I grew up with it actually in Louisiana. My mom used to make us eat red beans and rice at least once a week, and I hated it growing up because we used to eat it so much. But as I got older, I realized all the health benefits that are in kidney beans, and I'm like, man, I gotta get some of this in my diet. They're actually choked with protein, so a lot of vegetarians that are out there that are looking for a nice vegetarian meal, kidney beans are the way to go to get your protein on there. So what I'm gonna do is, normally if you're at home and you're in a hurry, you're gonna soak your red beans in water for about 2 hours, or you can do them overnight. This speeds up the process, but I'm just gonna add them right to my pan. This is about 1 pound of kidney beans. Then I'm gonna add in 1 pint of water and 1 pint of stock. And I was able to pick up some, actually some organic vegetable stock right here at the pantry. If you don't have vegetable stock or any kind of stock, by all means, you can just use all water and you'll still be good to go. And what I want to do is season it, so I'm going to season it with a little bit of Cajun season, or you can by far use any season that you want at home. I love the Cajun season. This is actually a New Orleans dish, so I'm going to keep it real. And I'm probably adding in about 2 tablespoons to that. And then these are really, really important too as well. These are bay leaves. These are actually huge in the African culture too as well. I add this to any type of soup that I want, any type of casserole. They just really lend a very authentic flavor. Very, very good. Not good to eat, so make sure when you guys are done with this, you actually put them out so that your guests don't eat these too as well. So I'm adding in about 4 or 5 of those bay leaves, and they're gonna cook for a couple of hours with the liquid to really get that good, strong flavor. So now let's go ahead and get to cutting. Always remember, knife skills are so important. We're at a pantry, and I know a lot of the people that shop at pantry, they're lacking on the knife skills. If you don't have the knife skills, how are you gonna cut all the fresh produce and vegetables? And as you see, this dish is choked with a number of different vegetables. So, proper way to hold the knife, the 3 fingers are tucked underneath the handle. The index finger is actually on the blade, just like that, so you make sure you're gripping the blade. And then this is your steel. You just wanna run it across a couple of times, get you a nice blade. And then with the bell pepper, this is probably about 1/2 cup of bell pepper. I just leveled it off, smashed it, and what I want to do is just make slices, as many as I can. So what we're trying to get here is actually diced. So in order to make dice, you have to slice it first once. Very, very easy. Turn that at a 90-degree angle, bunch it up, and as you see in my left hand, I have the claw, which my fingertips are curled underneath it. So you just want to slice those up. So always remember, your motion is always that nice slicing motion, and you'll get a nice, easy cut. And try and make sure that they're uniform too as well, because if you have bigger pieces and small pieces, they're definitely going to cook different. As I'm cutting, just walking my fingers backwards, and we're going to go ahead and add that right to the pot. And if you want to as well, you can add your vegetables in later when the beans are almost done, and that way your vegetables really have that nice al dente crunch to them. And I was lucky enough to get some of these nice, sweet red bell peppers. The red ones are a lot more sweeter, so they're gonna lend a little bit more of a flavor. And then I'm gonna add in the green one to add a little bit of savory. So now we have sweet and savory. So a good, quick, easy way to cut an onion too as well is I sliced it in half. And what I want to do is just make slices in the onion, but I'm leaving just a little bit of the onion intact so I don't have to chase it all around the place. And we're just going to make some slices all the way through. And what do we have to do, you guys, to get diced? We slice it first, turn it at a 90-degree angle, and slice that again. All the way through. So the last thing we got to cut that's going to go in there right now is a little bit of fresh garlic. Normally you wouldn't find a lot of garlic in the Louisiana cuisine, but I love garlic, so I'm going to put some in there. So I'm going to add in about 2 garlic cloves. Once that's sliced, give that a rough chop. All right, nice and good. So we're gonna let this simmer for a little bit. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice these, and what you wanna do is just slice them on a bias because we're looking for presentation. I could just slice them like this and throw them in there. Yes, that works, but it doesn't give you the body that you need. So I'm gonna slice it at an angle so that I have nice, long little strips that's really gonna fill up that plate when I'm serving it. And I'm gonna throw those right into there. And I know you guys are looking at this and you're like, man, there's only a little bit of sausage with a lot of red beans. Well, what I love this dish so much is this one right here, feed a family of 6 with 1 pound of red beans. You can't beat that. All right, so now that we got our red beans cooking for about 2.5 hours, they're nice and soft, ready to go. The last thing that I'm gonna add is a little bit of fresh celery. So like I showed you guys before, we're gonna cut that on a bias, and we're gonna cut it super, super thin. And this is gonna give the red beans a little bit more presentation and add something a little bit of crunchy in there too as well. All right, let's get those in there. And then we'll go ahead and cut up our garnish real quick, which is just some standard green onions that I got right here at the pantry. And we're gonna cut those on a bias too as well, because presentation is everything. All right. That's about good. So then we'll go ahead and check on our red beans. What I did too is once they're almost done, what you want to do is take you a spoon and smash the red beans up against the pot. What this is going to do is this is going to actually incorporate into the liquid and make it to where it's kind of like a full body red beans with a little bit of gravy to go over the rice nicely. And then very important, like I told you guys before, just kind of reach in there and kind of grab as many of those bay leaves as you can. No worries if it gets on someone's plate. They are edible, they're just not that good. Let's see if I have a couple more in there. And that looks good. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and plate this. Always like using a nice big white plate, that's for sure. We're gonna get us a nice little ladle spoon. And as you see, it's got a lot of nice rich color in there, which is perfect for your presentation. And I'm actually gonna spoon that right in the middle of the plate, just like so. And as you see, there's a little bit of liquid in there, which is great, because that'll help absorb all the rice. Oh yeah, look at that. So I went on and I cooked the rice on a standard. I would recommend at home, if you don't have a rice cooker, please buy a rice cooker. It keeps the rice and holds it for up to 3 hours. So what I did is I just got me a nice little ice cream scooper, because you want to create a little bit of a mold, and what this mold is going to do is help seal in all of the steam and keep the rice hot even longer. So I'm going to take me a nice scoop, and I'm actually going to scoop that right in the middle, just like that. And then we're just gonna garnish it with a little bit of green onions. And voila, there you have it. Your very, very healthy kidney beans and rice.